Parable of the Talents and Entrepreneurship. So there's an idea that I stole from somebody that I heard about when I was in a youth group back in high school. And I've used this probably half a dozen times since. And for me, it's the number one indicator if someone is cut out for entrepreneurship, if they're ready to go make it on their own. Because, by the way, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I am not someone who is saying everybody needs to be out there trying to start up stuff. I don't even think that's wise. But I think as a skill set, it can be developed. So, shorthand version of the Parable of the Talents, a master gave his servants different shares of talents. To some he gave a little, to some he gave a lot. And the master went away, and when he came back, he was thrilled with the people who had multiplied what was given to them. If they had a lot and they had even more to give back, beautiful. If he gave them a little and they were timid about using it, or they were scared about using it, he chastised them for not working to increase the funds that he gave them. And as a lesson, I think that's big. It'd be easy to say, well, he gave this guy 10 talents or 20 talents. So it's easier to multiply when you have more. By the way, that's true. But you can still multiply even a little bit. You can still bless what little you've been given and increase it. Well, an activity, an education, whatever you want to call it, game I play with younger men in particular. Could work for girls, but I've always played it in young men, teens, middle schooler boys. We'll talk through the Parable of the Talents, and I'll give them $20. Everybody in the room, I'll give you $20. Sometimes it sucks. And I'll say, it's your money to try to go and multiply your position with it. So what if I give you $20 in a month? I'm going to come back and I'm going to get $25 from you. So you're going to owe me $25 by playing this game. But whatever you make out of that $20 is yours. So if you take this $20 and you make 40 out of it, great, man, you've just gained, $15. Sometimes it gets wild. Sometimes I'll see a kid who will, and I may give one or two ideas to kind of get him going. And ChatGPT is amazing with this. It started to roll out. But I've seen kids get paper towels and Windex, and that's what they bought with $20. And they'll go to businesses in a small downtown offering to clean windows for $30. And people take them up on it. And so they'll clean the inside, outside of the windows, go to the next building, inside, outside of the windows. And I've seen kids 10 times increase their funds over the course of like a week. I'm thinking, not bad for a 13-year-old without a driver's license and a vehicle. Really impressed. But I'm going to say 70% of the kids, they just give me my money back at the end of it. They're like, no, I didn't do anything. And it's not so much that they were not excited, that they were not motivated when I launched them out and said, you guys can do this. You can create, you can multiply, you can be productive. But I get a lot of comments from their moms. The dads are actually pretty locked in with the idea, whether they're entrepreneurial or not. They know it's a skill set and they would love to have their sons be taught it. But the moms would constantly contact me and just say, we don't want to do that. It's going to be too much of a burden on our family. It's too much risk. I don't want to be selling things to my neighbors. I don't want to do X, Y, Z. And it was always the moms that were preventing their sons from multiplying the gifts that they had. And I think there's maybe a few reasons for that. For you're like, what does that mean by nature? What does that mean, with how they're viewing things? But looking at the young men who actually took the funds and their fathers encouraged them to take some risk and do some stuff with it, they end up being the type of young people who go out and thrive doing other things too, and don't just settle into a, well, I guess it's the opportunity given to me, so I guess I better take it, versus the type of young men who, looking back, I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years now, who are in their early 20s getting after it and making things happen. So the ability to take some risk to multiply it's a mindset, but it's also a skill. And that skill is courage, and that courage can be developed. And courage is developed through confidence, and confidence is developed through competence. So, that's kind of a cycle right there between those. But if you can teach a young man how to do something, how to build some competence, well, then he's going to develop some confidence and courage in himself, because he knows how to do it. I talk about this a lot. Where do we get the term confidence? 2 Latin words, con fide, with faith or with belief, trust, or knowledge. And so if you teach someone how to do something, you're giving them the knowledge to do something. And if it works, man, it's a flywheel effect. They just start churning. They are so excited about producing, and then they can look back and stick their chest out. But hey, I did something cool. I achieved something. And that's our expectation in life. I'm talking particularly to men, but I think it applies to women too. Whatever the talents were, whether it's financial, or it's a gift that you've been given, or a skill set, or a relationship, or just any gift that you've been given by God, it's given by grace. You're expected to take it and pray about it, pray that God would bless it, but then put it to work. Let it multiply. I think it's kind of easy to see with inflation, but if you just bury that money like the servant did when his master gave him the little talent amount, it's shameful, right? If you bury your talent, go out and use it. And once you start using, and I'm using talent interchangeably between the money thing and actual talent you have, but if you've been given a gift, put it to work and you will see it multiply. I almost guarantee you'll see it multiply. But if you never use it and you just bury it in the dirt, it's going to rot. It's going to go away and it's going to atrophy. And if you're not going to use the gifts you've been given, you may not as well have gifts at all. So enable courage, take some risk, do it in a controlled environment, and have fun with it. I mean, that sort of activity that I gave was very low risk. It's $20 and $25. And of course, at the end of it, I give them the money. It's like, here's a gift back. I don't need the $20. But it's fun seeing something change in their eyes for the young men who are able to achieve it, and they're like, oh man, I can make cool things happen, versus the young guys whose like moms typically coddle them and they come back ashamed. And I don't want that to be us at the end of our lives, or at the end of our days when we look at the gifts we were given and if we squandered them. All that, guys, I'll let you get back to it. I'll shut up and have a happy Thanksgiving.